yeah, J-Bro is just popping back in here. Just got done with pulling this pin and stuff out for the other video. So if you feel like wanting to watch we put it back together, I'll just take you along for the ride. One thing I would do if you're ever going to take this apart again, oops, I just put that on backwards. Don't unscrew this all the way from this front plate. That was my problem. I was reaching in there. I had nothing to grab onto because I had it flat like that, so I couldn't grab onto it. Let me make sure I got that the right way. Yeah, that's right. Because if I would have had this on here and I slide it in there, then no problem to grab it. But I had it flushed up there. I had to get some tools in here and push on it to get it through here. Anyway, I'm just going to reach my hand in here, make sure there's no gunk or dirt that needs to get cleaned out. Just a little bit of rust and stuff. Nothing that I'm overly worried about. So that should be enough on that bolt there. You just take and slide it in from the end and fill it onto the other side. And there's the pin back in action. And then, like I said, I got the nut. You can just put that back on there because you don't need to take this fully off. I am going to loosen this up a little bit so when I go ahead and put this idle arm back in, it's not going to be such a bear cat to get in there. I'm going to grab a paper towel for wiping off that idler arm. Being I do have this out, I might as well clean this off a little bit. Oh yeah, jeepers. Some of this stuff, you're always bending, you're always in awkward spots, and it's like, nowadays, everything hurts. Knees hurt, back hurts, it's just like, ugh. Anyway, just take your time, slow and steady, and you'll be good to go. Okay, there we go. Honestly, this will be the toughest part for me because I don't have a lot of strength in my back area, and you really kind of need to get into a tight spot here. But hopefully I can use more of my knees and arms to jimmy this in. And I'm going to clean this off here. Be right back. Get some spray. I've kind of been slacking far as pressure washing my machine. I've only cleaned this off once this year, which is terrible. I think when I first had this, I was probably cleaning it off once a week, but the boys have been with events and other projects going on. We just haven't really been able to get to it. But I'm not too concerned about it. I just kind of wanted to get some of this thicker crap off. Try to keep the paint as nice as possible. There we go. The rest of that will just pressure wash off when I get in there. But you just get all that oil and grease all over, and I just don't like it. Alrighty. And I'll tell you one thing too with this arm, this is not lightly built. This is built like an absolute tank. I mean, this thing is sturdy. They did not skimp when they did this track design. You see those other ones with those little Barbie doll rear idle arms and stuff like that. These are built heavy duty. I'm not saying you possibly couldn't have ran into a bad one or whatever, where maybe the bearings didn't get greased or however this inside, I don't know, but for me, these are heavy, heavy duty. And here's the thing. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that went way, 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 way easier than I was anticipating. It kind of just slid right in there. There we go. The toughest part is just getting over that initial lip. There we go. Okay, that's probably the toughest part about this, next to actually just putting the track back on. But I'm gonna get over on this side and pull this over. Okay, hung up on something. Oh, I'm just hung up on this bolt here. There we go. Like I said, I always like to get that snug up there. The more room I've got, the more room I have to put that track on. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything here. Nope. I'm gonna tip this track back up, slide this back over. And I always like to get the back on first. Okay. Get my broom here again. Should probably be just wearing knee pads. It'd probably be easier. Because every time I put my knees down on the concrete here, tearing them up. Okay. So that's kind of the first key, is just getting it up there. And kind of getting that bottom ready to go up and over. And we'll get up on the top. We'll pull this up over on this. There's that. There's that. Okay, so now this is the toughest part. At least for me anyway. I'll get my knee pad thing. And that's the reason why I use the boards underneath. Is to get this slack out of here, because you need as much length of the track as you can, because if you leave it down, the track is basically shorter to get on up here. There we go. And you kind of see how that's working back in there. That's what all I'm trying to do right at this particular moment, just trying to get that set in there. And then you want to make sure too, this top, there we go, is seated in the sprockets. Because if you're in the middle of the sprocket, well, you're going to lose length. So there we go. Now, I'm going to get one more board, which I had around here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. So I can slip it under that front. I got too much stuff in this place and I wasn't very organized. like I said, those cheaper tracks, you know why they come off? Because they're so darn easy to take off and on. These ones here, not so much. Need to get another board in there. There we go. I was sitting here looking around for my boards, and they're just kind of hiding from me. And like I said, even with this all the way up, this thing is still tough to get on. Okay. I'm gonna have to use the bar over here. I'm gonna take you off the speaker so you don't hear me huffing and puffing so bad. And I apologize, I'm making this look way more tougher than it is. I'm just not overly energized today. Just not receiving that. All right, I just got that track walked back on, and now it's pretty much the easiest part. Just pull that forward as far as you can. I'm going to slip these boards back underneath. That will just give me a little more distance and ease to do the next phase. Go. Pull this forward a little bit. And all that does is just speeds up the threading process. And I just use fingers to tighten it up. Yeah, initially I thought I hit a home run when I had picked up a DeWalt cordless socket wrench. The problem is it doesn't have enough torque to tighten that spring up, so it stops. So that wasn't as awesome as I anticipated early on. And I just realized, well, got all these fancy tools, but nothing like elbow grease, I guess. Literally in this case. Okay, just gonna snug up this lock bolt here. Quarter turn, and you don't gotta get this one here tight. I mean, honestly, hand tight's pretty decent. I'm just using the breaker bar because it's just narrow to get in there. Okay, I'm just gonna fire this up and just get her seated. Yeah, there we go. And just like that, CRT23 is ready to roll for the next project. Hope that is helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. J-Bros out.